Verdexes here, going through part 5 of the Intro to VLOOKUP series we've been working on. This is likely the last part, unless I take my time doing this. So what I kind of wanted to wrap up with the last video, in part 4, we were actually going through when you wanted to go apply a VLOOKUP to a long list of say in this example of employee IDs that we wanted to recode using the VLOOKUP. So last time we kind of talked about how when we highlight the cell that we're looking at, so the the lookup value here that we have highlighted here for H16, and then the table array, this small section here, we actually had that locked in. We locked in with F4 using Windows. The $sign that's there is the indicator of locking cells. I do want to point out though too, like I just said, this is on Windows. An F4 might not work on a Mac. There is likely another shortcut that you can use for Macs. If I can find it, I will put it in the description. But if you need to, in the meantime, put in to lock your rows and your columns, you can actually manually type in the $sign before each of these. Just so a little heads up there. But we did want these locked in so that way we keep everything focused on that table when we're dragging down. So we go ahead, I'm just in this bottom right corner, you see that little icon of the cell. I'm going to double click it and you see that automatically fill in. I don't have to type in the VLOOKUP for each one of these cells at a time. This is automatically taken care of. So we are good to go in that regard. This is just a prime, quick way of recoding and a relatively bigger data set other than just when you, this small one here, when you can kind of just go ahead and just eyeball whatever you need. Obviously things that you may be working with might be in a lot big and a lot larger of scope, but this is obviously just an example. The last section here, what I really want to quickly go over is who didn't show up for work. Marcia, right? And not just I'm not saying it was Marcia, but I'm saying we're going to start with Marcia and go down the list of all the employees. These are all the same names we've been using throughout these videos. I'm going to look up Marcia's name to the table array of the VLOOKUP we just made. Lock that in with F4. Column 1, we're only working with one column. I know it's kind of getting dragged off there. And false. Marcia, Billy, Tom, Sarah, and Phil was the NA. And out of these 20 days here, Phil was the slacker, is what we found out through this VLOOKUP. Thank you, VLOOKUP, you figured this out. So that essentially wraps up the VLOOKUP series. I hope this was helpful to you guys. Please make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know if these are helpful. I would love some feedback on these as I'm planning on making future videos. And let me know, and I hope to see you for the next time. Thank you.